What we're going to do today is replace this vinyl flooring in a fairly small kitchen. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the plinths from under the cupboards, under the cooker. Probably take the plinth off that boiler underneath those cupboards. And I'm going to also remove this quadrant from around this old-fashioned skirting board, as fitting vinyl to that is going to be really difficult because of its sloping nature. Obviously the next precaution is to make sure you've got a sufficient amount of coffee down your neck before we move on to the next phase, which is moving the fridge and moving the dishwasher. Right, our lump of vinyl is 4 meters by 3.1. It was an offcut, so to turn it around so it unrolls the right way round, got it on the lawn, biggest flat area I can find. Right, well, I'm not going to pretend that was easy, but we've got our vinyl in the room now at least. No idea what to do. Absolutely no idea what we're doing yet. Sheesh. Okay, well, we might need this system. So actually we should. Yeah, we should have that off. Yes. Along that dotted line. Is that a good idea? Right, so Sunday in the suburbs, guys, isn't it fun? Come on. I mean, look, the bottom line is if it all goes wrong, what are they going to do? Put us in prison? No. So come on, let's have a go. Come on. Just double check one more time before we put the knife into it. Right, I'm going to cut along this dotted line here. It seems like a sensible thing to do. Just hope for the best. If it all goes wrong, at least we'll have a laugh, won't we? Right, I think I'll just have a little go at this bit, which is going to be hidden up here behind the plinth. I must say, you appreciate how clever those carpet guys are when they do this. Right, let's just see. Obviously, the cut wants to be in there somewhere, doesn't it? I've got a hooky knife here. I'm not sure if that's the actual one you're supposed to have. Right, so that's cut, but if I'm honest, there is about a 2mm gap there, which you probably wouldn't want to have. Right, so none of that fits very cleverly, to be honest, but don't forget the plinth's going to go across there and hide that. presumably if you use this tool, which is actually a carpet tool, to give the vinyl a bit of a feel where it's going to have to go. Right, this is all completely new territory to me, guys. So we'll do this one and see what happens. Okay. Okay, so that's not how you do it. We have got about a 5mm gap down the side of there now. So, did we learn anything from that? Yeah, we did. Always practice on these places up here, not by your door. Now, knowing what you've done wrong is part of the learning process. Some people might say the thing you did wrong was trying to do it yourself, Dad. Now, I've seen the carpet guys, they kind of start at this end, here somewhere, and just, because, hello, whatever you do, watch out for those hooky knives, you can nick yourself. Okay, right. Well, I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm doing, and we don't do rehearsals. So if we get it wrong, we get it wrong. Now, I'll tell you what, these dotted lines are real helpful. What I'm going to do now, I've switched to this flat blade now, because I've got a feeling that's what the professionals do. So I'm going to just take a stab at this here, and then what do they do then? No, I don't think you want to. Let's have a think. What do they do? Okay, they cut it so that it's loose to start with. Got a bit too much material here. Let's come across to this side. See if we can reduce this. So trying to make sure my vinyl's always nice and square on to the wall, and with the help of these fabulous dotted lines, we're going to actually just take a stab here and then hope for the best. Now, because it's hidden, I guess I could just take a chance and go all the way up this dotted line. I mean, geez, it's a little bit of a gamble, but we'll do it. And in actual fact, I should have the hooky blade in for this. Now, if that fits, that will be a miracle. It's gone in there. I don't think it's an absolute marvellous job somehow. Jeez. Now what I wanted to do was just let this vinyl run up the side of the boiler, just so it was pretty, if you know what I mean. So it looked as if somebody had done the job who knew what they were doing. So, a near impossible task, I would think, for a complete amateur, but you know, what the hell, who dares wins. You don't want to hack your fingers off, and you don't want to go through your new material either. Right, now the casing of the boiler overhangs a bit, so I've got to remember that, be a little bit generous. Right, I'm going to switch the blades over. just quickly. Right, now, so let's just see. We come about there, stay parallel, and hope the boiler guy got the boiler in straight. Right, let's remove this piece here. So we can see what we're doing. Okay, so that's one big void under the cupboards. This is the sort of place where you can go a little bit haphazard and think you're going to do it quickly, and you shouldn't, because that's where the mistakes happen. So nice and parallel to your dotted lines. It's guesswork, but at least it's sort of considered guesswork. Okay. Right. Thank goodness this bleeding stopped now, guys. Just a little nick. Could have happened to anybody. Using our carpet tool, we just push that nice and tightly in. I must say I'm tempted to go back. Right, let's just remove this bit carefully. Keep your concentration. I'm going to switch the blades back over using the quick release tool here. I think that's what you do. Now, there's probably a rule about having vinyl near your boiler, I don't know. Let's just try to bring that up there carefully in a sensible way. Right, well, that has kind of gone under there somehow. Not quite. That'll go in there in a minute. I'll figure out what to do next. See what I mean, guys? So it actually looks as if it's a job that has been done by a professional, not by a DIY learner. Right, well, we're going to go around now and have a quick look at all the mistakes, just out of interest. So you can see how not to do it, guys and girls. That was a mistake. This was where we went a bit nuts as well, along this edge here. Here's another one for you. What I did discover is once you've cut it, there's no point in going back and trying to take a shaving off, because you're going to make things worse. I just found that really difficult. By the time we got around here, we were sort of feeling as if we had a bit of an idea what was going on. Well, thanks for watching, boys and girls. I hope you found that instructive, if nothing else, how not to lay your vinyl flooring. I found it really difficult, to be quite honest, and the professionals make it look so easy. Admittedly, using this extra thick stuff probably made it more difficult than using thin stuff, because folding this into the corner so you can do your cuts, that was difficult. So you know, it took most of the day. I'm stiff in places I didn't realise you could be stiff, and if you got a professional in, they probably would have charged £50 and the job would have been done perfectly. Anyway, we've had a go. That's the whole fun of DIY, isn't it? If it goes wrong, well, so what? At least you had a go. That's the main thing. So, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that'd be very nice, thank you, and you'll be able to see what other crazy ideas we get up to in the DIY world. No rehearsals.